Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. We are here for another one of our mass making sessions, and today what I thought we could do is mass make some mason jars. My gosh, that's a mouthful. A few weeks ago we mass made some pockets that kind of were similar and really, resembled mason jars, and actually one or two people did even comment saying that they, reminded them of mason jars. And I did do a tutorial a couple of years ago on making mason jars using the We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board. So I thought we could do some mass making of those. Obviously, this is going to be using the punch board. I will try and show some sort of alternative for people who don't have the punch board. It's going to be winging it a bit because I haven't actually tried making one without the punch board. So we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed that it's going to work. So what I've brought along is a variety of papers, and they're all in different sizes and things at the moment. So we're going to just make kind of a variety of sized mason jars basically. But I have got some 6x6 papers because there's a wonderful tutorial. Now I can't remember the lady's name, but I will try my best to link her below, and if I don't, it's not intentional. I just literally, I know I say this all the time, I film up until, I'm kind of doing something else, and then my phone goes on charge, then I come back, edit the video, click to upload, it's back on charge while it's uploading, and then obviously the thought of any links or anything is completely gone from my mind. So if I don't remember to link, please just mention it and I will then link the lady's tutorial afterwards. But she used 6x6 papers, so I'm going to try a few using some 6x6. And then my original tutorial was actually using, now I've written this down because otherwise this is far too many measurements for me to remember. My original was using 4x8 or 4.5x8, I think it was, size paper. So I'm going to just make a few, in varied sizes, kind of depending on the papers that I've got really. So I'm going to show you in the first instance how we make one, and my daughter's going to be joining me along for the tutorial. So, well, not for all of it, but just for a little bit of it. So do you want to come and say hi? Because she's home from school now, obviously, for the holidays. Say hi.
Hello.
And we've both painted our nails glittery and festive-y. So
I
she's...
did this on my own. Oh.
This was on your own. Yes, on your own. So she painted hers this morning as well. So, yeah. So I'm going to show how to make the mason jar, and then hopefully you're going to be able to make one as well. So the tutorial that I watched, she used 6x6 paper, and then she cut it down so it was 2 3/4 inches. So I'm just going to literally take my piece of paper to my, I'm just going to move the camera slightly, to my, craft mat here, where I've got obviously my inches marked out. So I'm just going to go to just literally just below the 3 inches. And all I'm going to do is fold my paper over like that as the kind of rough guide of where I need to trim that down. And again, if you kind of like to use a paper trimmer and, be a bit more precise, then of course that's fine too. So I'm just going to literally trim that down like that, down the side. Now, I don't think I've made a very good job of cutting that straight, but never mind, hopefully we can tidy it up in a minute. And then to do her, her size, she then moved this along to the 4 inches. So we'll just go to, she actually did hers at 4 1/4. I guess it doesn't really matter. So I'll put it to the 4 1/4. I might need to have my glasses on for this because otherwise I'm going to muck these up completely. And then you're going to flip it over like that. So you're flipping it straight over onto the reverse side, not end to end, if you see what I mean. And you're going to go in again to make another punch. And then to make your lid, what you're going to do is put your paper down to basically this little pointy bit on your punch board going to the edge of the paper. So that's that side. And then again, flip it over now and do it exactly the same on the other piece. And then all you're going to do basically is fold your piece.
That looked like a cracker.
it does look like a cracker. And funnily enough, I said that, I think, in my tutorial that I did before.
That's a really nice
so we're
colour.
just going to, yeah.
And paper. It's like
We're
flowers.
just going to put that like that. And then I'm just going to trim this down as the lid of the jar. Like that. So what you've got is obviously a pocket there on the back, and then the front as your little mason jar. And as I say, I mean, you can obviously vary these according to, you know, the size that you would like to have them. So I'm just then going to obviously run some glue. Now this is obviously quite thinnish paper, so probably most of the ones that I do will be thicker paper than this, but what we're going to do is just run the glue there. And then just glue that down. Just having a look now for my dry wipe, where have I put that? Yeah. I knew that I had bought one along for this, but yeah, I then buried it under some other paper. So that's your little mason jar. And then of course you can decorate them up. So I'll run you through that another couple of times. So would you like that one to decorate that up? And then would you like to do the folds on the next one?
Yeah,
to show how to do the folds?
I might be able to draw some stuff on it.
You might be able to, yeah. So I'm going to take this one, which is another 6x6 paper. And I'm just going to trim, obviously, this white edge off.
I think that one's prettier.
It's really pretty, isn't it? And this one's going to be hard for me to use because I really like it, which I don't like using the papers I really like. So I want to have it this way round so that the text is, you know, right side up. So I'm going to put it here, and exactly the same way, I'm just going to kind of take it down to around the 3-inch mark, like that. Okay, so I'm just going to squish that down with my bone folder.
It's like a bone folder.
Yeah, that's
like
what
a
they're
bone.
called.
Looks
Yeah.
like a bone.
And then we're just going to trim it down the side like that, so as we cut it in half. Have I done that on 2 inches? Oh no, on 3. I did that wider. I must have done that bigger. Oh well, never mind. You know, they're really going to be very forgiving, and you can just, you know, get away with all sorts. Now, this one, obviously, because I want the text right side up, you just need to be a little bit more aware of which end that you put your pocket, if you see what I mean. Because if I put it that way, my text obviously is going to be the wrong way up. So I need my pocket this, you know, this end. So again, oops, she says, as I then went to do it the wrong end, hold on. Oh gosh, this is now throwing me. Right, so let's put it right way. Yeah, because then it will be folded like that. So I'm going to go to the 4 1/4 inch again, like that, and then 4 1/4 inch again, like that. And then we're just going to again pop it in here, you know, with the edge of that paper just running along to the end of the pokey bit. So we just go in like that, and then we're going to just trim down the lid of the jar like that, and then that one. And then all you're going to do, you watch this because you're going to fold up the next one. Okay, and we're going to just fold that up like that. Okay, and that's your little jar. Aren't they just so cute? Do you like them? Yeah? Okay, so let's do another one. So let me just have a look through my papers again. Would you like this one? With the bird on?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to struggle to have the bird showing, I think. No, that's probably not the best one. How about you have this one?
Yeah.
Bet you love that, don't you?
And the other one said cherished.
Yeah. Right, so this one, I'm just going to trim this down because obviously it's a little bit wonky. Oops, let's just come in. So again, this is winging this, and I have not tried this, obviously, just going with any old measurements. But let's just see what we've got here. So this one now is like 4 inches, and by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 by 6. So that's probably going to be a little bit, yeah, a bit too wide, I think. So I'm going to just take that down again. Another, you know, hopefully approximately an inch there. So, okay. I just had to trim the top off because it was a little bit. Okay, so I mean, it's more or less anyway. Right. So again, I'm going to go in, and this time I'm just going to go in at the 4 inch there. And then we're just going to do, obviously turn it over, do the 4 inch again, like that. And then we're going to just do those little bits for the lid. And that one. Okay, so would you like to, did you see how I trimmed these off for the lid?
Yeah.
Yeah? So would you like to do that? Okay. There you go. Now you have to be super careful. Try and do it in the camera, look. So you have to do it here on the black space. Okay, and you just want to go in just literally making that sort of squared off so it looks like a lid. Yeah?
I'm going to do it about there.
You're not in the camera, sweetie. That's it. Wow, brilliant. Yep. I actually think yours look even better than mine. Perhaps do it from the other way is easier. Turn it up. That's it. Like that. That's it. Yep, cut that bit down. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So then, yeah, they look really good now, don't they? And then did you see how I turned this over for the pocket? Yeah, so do you want to do that? You didn't see? Look, what have you been doing? Not watching?
Yes, I know.
Look, so it's this shape, and then what you want to do is go in the middle of this bit and just fold it up like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do that. On the camera, look,
There.
that's it. Oh, fantastic. And then do you want to squash it down with the bone folder? That's how to make it really well folded, well creased. That's it, perfect. Do you like your jar?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? Would you like to go and decorate it now? Then you can bring it back and show us. So there we go. Right, let's now, I'm going to now try and make one, very much improvising now for people who don't have a bone folder. So this time I'm going to just take this paper here, and this, I think this is probably like a 4 by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, 4 by 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, my daughter was kind of talking to me, so yeah, it's always a little bit distracting. Right, we just then cut along there, and then we're just going to trim this down here like that. Now this one I've not particularly paid any attention to the measurements or anything like that, but I thought what we could do is either use our corner rounder, or, you know, if you've got like a circle punch, I might try and use my oval punch, but if you've got a circle punch, I'm sure that would probably be just as good. And then all I'm going to do, and of course, you know, you don't have to have this pocket. You could just make it the mason jar without the pocket. So, you know, the pocket is optional. So I'm just going to fold this up like this for the pocket at the back. I have to say mine's looking very strange shape. So I need to, I think, trim it down in terms of the width now, because otherwise it's like really short and stumpy, looks a bit strange. So I'm just going to trim that down. Can you tell I've never made one like this before? And then all I'm going to do is for the bottom of the jar, you could either round it off with your corner rounder. So let's just try it like that. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Or of course you could do the, you know, if you had your circle or your oval punch, you could kind of put it in there. And I'm thinking you could do like some sort of corner with that. I'm just going to go for I think the rounded corners. Now, to get your lid Oh, I'm trying to think now what would be really good. And to be honest, you guys are always so fantastic at coming up with ideas. You've probably got much better ideas than I have got, really, for, you know, doing something to make your little notches. But I think what might be best to do is actually... Oh, no, because then I'm going to have it folded over. I wonder if... I don't know. Well, to be honest, we could probably just... Oh, I'm stumped now. I've got a rectangle punch. Maybe I could use that. I mean, probably if I did, I would probably then maybe... maybe use a permanent marker then to mark on the rectangle punch where I have actually, you know, cut the lid off, if you see what I mean. So if I take that, I wonder if I've got a permanent marker. What did you do with that? Oh, here we go. So I'm going to just kind of mark this on the back of my punch. Let's hope that I've got it in some sort of goodish place. So I'm going to just put it there like that, and then just going to mark here and here like that, and then turn it round, go to the other side like that. Okay, so obviously at the moment that's just looking like something out of Minecraft or something, but hopefully we could then, you know, maybe kind of round these around or something. So just bringing them, you know, so they don't look so, you know, squared off, if you see what I mean. So, I mean, it's very much, you know, a bit of improvisation there, but I mean, it's not too bad, to be honest. And then, of course, for your lid, you know, you could just then round the corners or something of your jar lid. So, you know, I'm sure that there are other ways that you can do these. And, you know, like I say, you guys are always so creative, to be honest. You've probably got way better ideas than I have got to come up with something creative to actually make your lid shape. But I'm just going to obviously glue that pocket down. But like I say, you know, if you don't want to make these with pockets, I mean, obviously some of this will be... You know, if you're using up scraps and your scrap isn't big enough to then accommodate a pocket, just make them as the front, you know, the front shape, because you can always put them into a journal as either a tag, and they would make lovely, gorgeous tags, or you could just put them down as a little pocket anyway, you know, stick them onto the page like that as a pocket anyway. So I really don't think that you actually need the back pocket, you know, at all, unless you're going to have them sort of paper clipped in and then going to be pulling them out to use as the back pocket as well. So just play around. So that's a little idea anyway. For those people who don't have the punch board, you could do something like that. I'm not saying that mine turned out wonderful, but to be honest, I think with a little bit more practice, it could turn out a lot better, and, you know, I'm sure would turn out just as good as the others. So I'm going to pop that to one side. Excuse me. And then I've brought along some other papers, so some other kind of sizes and things. So I'm going to make one that's slightly bigger. So this one here is, we're getting on for the 4 inches. And what did I say that I made mine before? They were like 8 by 4.5. So this time I'm going to make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to make it about 7.5 perhaps. So this is going to obviously turn out much, much bigger than the others. So I'm just going to snip that off here like that. Okay, so I'll pop that into my scrap bin. And then what did I do? I made 4 by 8 pocket 2.5. So if we put that around about the 2.5 mark on there, then flip it over and do the same again. And then again for our lid, you know, the lid obviously is going to be the same kind of regardless really of how big your jar is, unless you want a massive lid or something. And you're just going to do that for the lid. And then again, when we then turn this up, we'll just then squash that in like that. Again, just squish that down. And that's my little mason jar there. So again, just trim that lid down. And when I've made these in the past, I've always tended to then cover the lid with something like kind of craft paper or something, so it's got a bit of a sort of brown type look, or, you know, so it looks a bit more like a lid really. Because I mean, often the mason jars have that cork kind of, you know, squash in lid, don't they? So yeah, you know, that's kind of how I like to finish mine off really. So I've got another one here, this gorgeous blue. So again, I'm just going to chop that down to kind of approximately a 6 by 6, like that. Put in my scraps bin. My scraps bin's really full, so we're going to have to do something with that soon, because it's really getting very, very, very full. And then again, I'm just going to fold that in half. And just trim that down. And then again, just take my punch board and... So again, this one's got a flower, which actually is up the right way. So again, you know, I want it to be up, ideally up this way, because if I go for it having the flowers up, the right side up on the pocket, they're going to obviously be upside down on the jar, if you see what I mean. So again, just going to put that about the 4-inch mark there. And turn it over, and we'll do the 4-inch mark again, whoops, on the other side, and then we just fold the pocket up like that and squish that in. So I'm sure that's probably enough of talking you through these now, and you know, I'm sure that we can now just relax and have a nice time just making some of these. So yeah, I hope that you like them. Haven't made any of these for ages, so it's quite a fun thing to revisit actually. I think they went through a phase of being really popular, and I haven't really seen them so much lately, but they're really sweet. I really like them. So yeah, you know, maybe it's first time around for you guys making them, or maybe it's a revisit for you guys too. So okay, and then I did bring along some of my printables as well, which I thought, again, I could make some out of these. So I'm going to just take this section here. And again, this is on thicker paper. So I think this one actually might even be 250 GSM. It's really quite thick. Now, again, just trying to think. So if I want my jar up the right way, again, just... yeah, need to kind of have that there. So I'm going to just, I mean, this paper's quite long. I haven't measured it at all. So I'm just going to do it at the 5-inch mark. And I might need to trim the side down, because I think I've made a horrible job of not cutting it very straight. So I may have to do that in a moment. So I hope that everybody's having a nice week. I know it's kind of early in the week, really. But I mean, it's a funny old week this week, isn't it? Because obviously Christmas Day is on Friday. So, you know, this Christmas week, I don't know about you guys, but it doesn't really feel like a full week anyway, because, I mean, obviously you've got Christmas Day, but I mean, Christmas Eve is a strange day. I don't know about you guys, but, you know, a lot of that will be spent obviously cooking and things like that. So it's kind of like one of those half weeks, isn't it, really? I feel like it's only going to go till Wednesday, really. But yeah, I hope that you're all having a good week. Obviously, I'm filming this on the Monday, as I tend to do with these mass make videos. And yeah, my daughter just finished school on Friday, so she is now home for the holidays, aren't you, sweetie?
Yes.
You're being super quiet over there, so you're making a really nice effort with your jar.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And we won't go to church anymore.
We are not going to church this year because, of course, I mean, I don't even know whether the church services are running, because we do normally go obviously on Christmas Day. Christmas Eve. Yeah, we do normally go on Christmas Eve, but of course I don't even know whether they're actually even open now. You know, this year it's just been such a peculiar year. So, right, just deciding now which way up I would like this. Okay, well, let's just cut this down here. So, sorry, these papers were my English Country Garden, and these are my Pink Parisian papers. Oh, and I just want to say thank you so much to all of those people who've bought the Perfect Pocket sets. I really hope that you're enjoying them. I mean, they're really, really fun, and definitely, I mean, they make such an easy job of making pockets, you know, and they're quite versatile. Obviously, you know, I'm not trying to do a sales pitch here, but I mean, if you buy all 3 sets, you can, of course, combine and mix and match the sets as well. So, yeah, they're really, really fun, and I just really hope that you're all enjoying them. If you've, you know, if you've purchased any, I hope you're having a really great time with them. I loved making, you know, making the digi for those, and equally I loved, you know, creating the videos. So I've got set 3 as well, which I've done a video for, so I will probably put that up, I think, on Wednesday. Yeah, I really had a nice time using them. They were really, really fun, and, you know, was kind of, I was going to say surprised with how lovely the pockets were. I mean, I know I kind of created the digi, so I knew all the elements that were there, but they worked even, you know, even better really than I'd hoped. So I was really, really thrilled with them. So thank you so much to everyone for your kind words. I'm really, really thrilled that you seem to like them. And I know that I did mention in my Tidy Friday, but of course, you know, not everyone's going to be, you know, not everyone watches the Tidy Friday, I realise. But if you didn't watch that, or even if you did, a bit of a quick reminder really, you know, for anyone whose Christmas has now been perhaps, you know, not as they'd originally hoped or planned, because I know that here in the UK, of course, Christmas plans have been changed somewhat, and so there's probably loads of disappointed people. You know, then I just, yeah, I've done a Christmas project which hopefully you will all really, you know, enjoy, and it's going to go up on Christmas Day. I haven't quite finished it yet, so I'm hoping that I'm going to get around to finishing it. No, I definitely will. And yeah, it's going to be Christmas Day, and hopefully, you know, it's the full project, and yeah, so just look out for that. And of course, you know, I realise lots of people are busy at Christmas, but, you know, I just thought this year more than ever, there's going to be lots of people who perhaps are not having the Christmas that they had hoped for, or possibly even planned. So, yeah, look out for that on Christmas Day if, you know, if you're kind of not having the Christmas that you'd originally hoped for or planned. So, yeah, and I mean, obviously those videos will then be there after Christmas. So, you know, for those guys who are busy on Christmas Day, of course, those videos are going to be there afterwards. So you can then, you know, watch them after. So, yeah. Right, I've lost my bearings now with that. Hold on. I think I did that at 4 inches. Sorry, my daughter's kind of hovering around, obviously waiting to show us her creation of her jar. So again, I find that just throws me off the scent, so that I can't then remember what I was saying. Have you finished your jar now? Oh, you still haven't? Oh, okay. Were you waiting to ask me for something? Were you like to use something? Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah, it's such a shame. I mean, over here in the UK, we kind of had like an emergency announcement really on Saturday, where lots of parts of the country have gone into this tier 4, and yeah, I mean, it just really is not very good, to be honest. But I mean, to be honest, you know, we weren't getting together with family anyway, because I just thought, you know, I don't personally think it's worth the risk. And you know, I mean, I know I've said this before, but I mean, obviously, you know, my mum and dad are kind of older, and well, my dad just turned 70 this year. So, of course, you know, why would why would we want to kind of get together with them just for one day of the year? You know, I mean, obviously it's, you know, different people have different opinions, don't they? But yeah, I mean, we weren't getting together with them anyway because we'd already made that decision. But equally, if we had made the decision to get together with them and now we ended up in one of those, what they're calling tiers, where then we couldn't get together with them, you know, we would perhaps be very, you know, well, not perhaps, we would be very upset, you know. So, I mean, it is going to be a very different and difficult Christmas. I mean, even for us, you know, it's still going to be a different Christmas because we've never celebrated Christmas before not getting together with family. So it's going to be a strange one for us too. But hopefully we're going to have a good time. Oh, you finished your pocket. Let's show.
Girl team and
Girl team. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that looks so cute. Oh, I love it. And you've put glitter on the flowers. And then just that lovely bread at the top. Oh, you've made a lovely job. Yeah, people and stars. Oh, that looks super pretty, doesn't it? I love it. Oh, clever girl, darling. Oh, let's move that there.
another one.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just get you another one.
That one.
Okay, yep.
That one's good.
Okay, you take that one and decorate that.
Nice.
They're fun, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be a different one, you know, for us too. But, you know, we had already made that decision. So it's fine because we were already expecting that to be the decision. But, yeah. Okay. Right. So we're going to hopefully do our Christmas food shopping tomorrow. So my eldest son, who obviously he's at work this week, he finishes on the 23rd. He was quite horrified when I said that we were going to be doing the food shopping on Tuesday. And he was not going to be there to be able to come and do the food shopping with us. Because, of course, you know, they all want to be there putting their things in the trolley, you know. We're obviously not doing our individual food shop for Christmas, but yeah. So he obviously wants to be there as well, putting his selection of goodies in the trolley, you know, of what food he would like to eat. So I said, well, we'll have to go after he finishes work. So that's the plan. Is we're going to go after he finishes work tomorrow. So let's hope that he gets home reasonably early. Oh, look, I folded that too shoddily and it's now showing through. Yeah, let's hope he's not too late home because, you know, I don't know whether the shops are getting deliveries every day at the moment because of what's going on. And we don't want the whole shop to be empty of all their festive things. So we're just going to do our food shop in Aldi. That's a shop that we have here, which I know that lots of countries do have Aldi now, but I'm not sure whether it is in the US. I know I've said this before, but I can't remember whether anybody clarified whether it was or not. But so we've been looking through their little catalogue, planning what we're going to buy. They look like they have a good selection of things this year. So yeah, we should be doing our festive food shop tomorrow. Right, I'm just going to check what time we're up to. Oh, I can't see now. 33 minutes. Oh, that's not too bad, is it? So they're pretty quick, aren't they, to come together? I mean, I realise I've not actually been gluing them down, but they are coming together pretty quick, which is great. Let me just see. Oh, perhaps I'll make another blue one with the other half of this. So again, just want to make sure my flowers are up the right way. Did we do this one up 4 inches? I think we did, but perhaps I do it. Yeah, 4 inches. Let's do that. Yeah, so that's going to be the big event for tomorrow, is doing the food shopping. Lord only knows what we're going to be doing over the holidays because the weather looks horrible today. We've not been out the house, obviously, yet. I mean, it's only about 10:30, but my middle son is still in bed. He's still asleep because obviously he's 14, and that's what you do when you're 14, isn't it? Is sleep in till midday. So he's asleep. My daughter got up at the crack of dawn, that she likes to do during the holidays. She's giving me dirty looks now across the room. And yeah, so But we're excited for Santa to come, aren't we?
I'm definitely excited.
You're definitely excited, yeah. So you're definitely excited, aren't you, darling?
But brothers are probably not.
They're not so excited. Oh, they're just silly, aren't they? Once they get older, they're boring.
Yeah.
And I might as well just use up the other kind of, you know, remains of the paper as well. So then I've kind of got rid of complete bits rather than just odds and ends. So, yeah. And Christmas Eve, yes, we would normally spend Christmas Eve, like, you know, doing some baking and things like that for Christmas Day. And then we would kind of finish off by going to the church for the, you know, the Christmas service. And of course, we're not doing that this year. So I'm not quite sure what we will be doing. But, you know, and often we've been to the cinema and things on Christmas Eve. You know, maybe in the evening after church. Or sometimes before church, depending really what's shown in the film times. But yeah, obviously none of that this year. So that's a shame. I mean, we've missed the cinema so much throughout this whole year anyway. So it's just kind of a continuation really of still just missing the cinema. You know, I can't tell you how thrilled we're going to be when the cinema reopens. Right, so I'm going to now just glue all of my pockets together now. So I'll just move this all out of the way. Yeah, we're going to be absolutely thrilled when they reopen. Oh, that's the one I had glued, so that's fine. You know, roll on, really, roll on. Well, normality, you know, for everyone and everything, you know, anyway. But, yeah, we're looking forward to the cinema reopening. So I think on Christmas Eve night, we might just watch Elf. Because we do like that Christmas film. It's very fun. And, I don't know, Christmas just doesn't really feel like Christmas without a bit of Elf, does it? Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It's good. Yeah, it's The Man from Daddy's Home, isn't it? That we like that film too. So, yeah, I think that's probably, you know, some Christmas baking, some cooking, and, you know, just prepping really for Christmas Day. And then a bit of Elf. And hopefully eating some yummy food that we've bought tomorrow. So... Tuesday, yeah, because today's Monday, isn't it? So yeah, that's kind of our plan, and yeah. Oh, that would be Thursday. So yeah, I'm forgetting the week myself. It's hard to keep track on these funny weeks where everything's changed around. Okie dokie. So I haven't wrapped any Christmas presents or anything yet. Got to do that. Your brother has he? Ah, for his girlfriend. That's nice, isn't it? No, he doesn't say that now. No, he doesn't say that now. So yeah. So he's a bit more organised, obviously, than me, but okay. There we go. So I think I said recently, but my middle son, who had been a vegetarian for about 5 years, he started eating meat literally, I think it was about 3 weeks ago now. So he's going to obviously be, you know, partaking in the turkey this year. So it's going to be, well, strange doing the Christmas shopping and let alone the Christmas cooking because I've never cooked turkey before. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure that, you know, my boys, they absolutely love cooking. So they will be, you know, very up for cooking the turkey. But, yeah, who knows what that will be like. Because you hear people putting their turkeys in for hours and hours and hours. But, I mean, they do all sorts of other weird things now. I saw something called a three bird roast or something. So I did say, would they prefer that? I don't know. So I think they'll have to see it in the shop tomorrow, and see how it actually looks kind of in the flesh as to whether they would want that, really. And I don't know what the cooking situation is with that, whether it would be hours and hours, I don't know. But I mean, obviously all these things will come with instructions on the packet, so I'm sure we'll be fine. And if not, there's always YouTube, isn't there? So yeah, hopefully it'll all be good. And then I've got something fun planned for after Christmas, for the few days between Christmas and New Year. So yep, hopefully you'll join me for a little bit of fun between Christmas and New Year as well. Because, you know, sometimes those days are just a little bit strange, aren't they? Like you're kind of waiting for something to happen. And of course, this year especially, it might not feel like it ever does happen. So yeah, I've planned a little sort of mini series of something for those days. And again, I've filmed most of them. I think I've just got one more left to film. So yeah, but I hope that you'll join me for that. It's hopefully going to be super fun. And I would love, love, love to see pictures in our Facebook group of things that you maybe do if you join along with the series. And again, with the Christmas Day project, I would absolutely love to see on our Facebook group. So, and I realised that I've been quite slack on the Facebook group recently. So I do apologise for that. I've been obviously super busy. You know, this time of year, I mean, it's been less busy this year, obviously, than normal because there haven't been things going on at school that I've had to kind of go to and things like that. But it's been busy nonetheless because of, you know, the other things that mums have to do for Christmas. And of course, my Advent calendar series has been busy. And then I've been filming obviously ahead for Christmas Day, which I've put together, you know, a full project kind of thing. And then the after Christmas as well. So yeah, I do apologise that I have not been very active in the group, but it's just really, you know, just because I've been sort of tied up with other things really. But yeah, I hope you're all having lots of fun in there. And I look forward to hopefully being a bit more active kind of in the new year when things kind of calm down again. Once the kids are all back at school and all of that type of stuff, then it will hopefully calm down. I'm just quickly gluing this, darling, and then I'll show your pocket, yeah? Because she's obviously decorated a second one, so let's see what you've done for your second one then, sweetie.
I might decorate a third one.
Let's have a look. Oh, wow, that's gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, I love it. Boy team and girls team. Girls and boys. Oh, that is so gorgeous, darling. It's lovely. I love how you've done that. It's so pretty. Mwah, you gorgeous girl. You are a clever girl, aren't you?
I feel like
Aren't they fun?
I'm going to do these every day.
They're good, aren't they? Whoops.
Yeah.
That one's not glued together.
Oops. They're really fun.
Yeah, they're very good, aren't they? So, and of course you could stitch around them. You don't have to glue them. Are you going downstairs now to be with Daddy? Yeah.
I'm going to play some games with him.
All right then, love you.
And kinetic sand.
Oh, play with your kinetic sand, okay.
We're going to play some games.
All right then, love you, darling. Right, so that's our jars. Let's count up and see how many that we've made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 13, obviously, including these two. So, you know, pretty good going. They're pretty quick to make, aren't they? Right, let's decorate one up. So which one shall we decorate? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. But I've got actually some of my, you know, overprints of my pockets, my pocket packs, just because, of course, you know, when I made those, I'd obviously had to print off a lot of bits. So I might just try and use up maybe 1 or 2 things from there, because it's always good to just get some other scraps off of the desk, isn't it? So let's just decorate one up using some of these bits. So that's that one. I mean, that's quite big on there, to be fair. I wonder whether I would prefer a smaller piece. Oh, yesterday, on Sundays, I don't do a workout. I just kind of come and have a bit of crafting time in peace. You know, not videoing or anything, but just playing. And that's kind of my sort of me time, I guess, of the week. I just absolutely love it. And I just, kind of go up there as soon as I can, hopefully before anyone's awake. But to be honest, most people, well, the boys, obviously, they're not awake, but my daughter's often awake. But I have to just tell her, look, this is mummy's time of, you know, peace and quiet. I just like total silence, really. So she's quite good and kind of knows to just be quiet now. And so I came up and I just kind of had this thing, and I thought I'm going to try just mass making some covers of journals, because I don't know about you, but I often struggle with covers, you know, and they sometimes just throw you, don't they, as to what to do for your cover. So I thought, well, I'm going to just give it a try of mass making some, and I think I did about six or seven, I think. Just literally covered them with fabric and then stitched around them, so they're just ready to go. I mean, of course, the journals aren't bound or anything like that, but they're just now completely ready to be able to use, which, you know, just that in itself is just going to be awesome to actually have them ready. So, that was quite fun. And I wondered whether you guys would want to do a mass making cover week at all. You might not, and that's absolutely fine too. You know, because I'm not sure how you would find that. But literally, I mean, I'm just kind of gluing things onto the covers. But I just found that quite a good thing to do because, you know, like I say, sometimes I kind of think, oh, I'll just start a journal, and it's like, oh, now I've got to, you know, get an envelope, decide what to do, you know, do I kind of bind it first or shall I cover it first? So having some just ready to go, I thought, well, that's going to be quite handy actually. So, let me know what you think to doing, you know, maybe a mass make with covers. Right, I've just pulled out some scraps, sorry, I'm waffling on here, to find something for the lid. Like I say, I often use kind of something like this buff coloured card because I think it's quite nice to, you know, to use for the lid. I'm just wondering whether I may prefer black here, or does the black look a little bit too dismal? And also just wondering whether I'd like to trim it with the, you know, the decorative scissors. So let's just take those. Just going to cut along here. So my daughter's gone downstairs now and she's hoping to obviously play some games with my husband. So I'm hoping that I might just quickly be able to just do one of the videos for the Christmas, the New Year's thing and stuff while she's downstairs. So okay, so just put that like that. Okay, just spread that. Okay. And then when we trim that down, hopefully it will then kind of take on the look of a lid, which of course at the moment it doesn't really. So let's just then trim around. Oops. Like that. Oops, didn't get that very straight, did I? And again, you know, you could round the corners or not. Just round them slightly, but probably not as full on as a rounded corner, if you see what I mean. So just a bit like that. And then let's just have a look and see. So if I wanted to have this, I don't know why, but for me, a jar should, you know, have a label on it and kind of be a bit like a jar. That's probably just me. I don't know why it matters really, but yeah, I can't seem to get my head around it not sort of having a conventional style, i.e., you know, a label and things. So I quite like to have the labels, I think. So I'll just ink the back as well, like that. Okie doke. So that's going to go on there. Now, I've got some lace here. Yeah, partly what spurred me on for doing the covers actually yesterday morning was because my fabric scraps box that I put into my cupboard is quite overflowing now, as you can see. So I kind of thought, oh, I need to, you know, whittle down my fabric a bit. So that's after making the 6 covers. So it obviously was pretty full in the first place. But, yeah. Now, just wondering whether this might be quite good for that lid. Actually wondering whether to go lower down. Like that. So I'm just going to, might just kind of rough that up a bit. Yeah, it's really looking like a drab day here today. It's yeah, not looking great at all. I think they said heavy rain today, actually. Of course, if I put it really low down, I'm just covering that, you know, zigzag thing. But that's fine. I don't really mind that too much. So I'm going to put it lower down, I think. So let's just grab my Fabri-Tac, which I now could really do with refilling the bottle, because obviously yesterday I used it a lot on those covers. Okay. I know I've said it so many times, but wow, it's just so shocking that we're actually here at Christmas, you know. I don't mean here as in, oh, I'm here in my house at Christmas. I mean that we're here already being Christmas. I mean, this year has just been such a bizarre, strange, odd year. It really doesn't sort of feel like it should be Christmas. It's really peculiar. And yeah, it's just been really strange. So I'm just going to put that on. Now I'm going to put this on like a pocket so that then if, you know, if I wanted to use it like a pocket, then I could. I just wipe my glue, just in case Sheree's watching. She doesn't like the glue being all clogged up like that. And I'm sure she's not alone. I'm sure probably lots of you feel that same way. I did wipe it off before starting the video, but of course the lid of the glue is all gluey. So as soon as you put the lid on, it's completely clogged up again. Okay. Okie dokie. So that's my label. And then I know that when I made these before, I put, and weirdly enough, I've just got a little tag that I just spotted lurking around at the back of my desk. These little tags. Now this, I've got a really teeny tag punch. I don't know whether, yeah, I've got it here. I've had this for years. I think it's like, I don't know. I was going to say woodware. Oh yeah, woodware. Yeah, woodware mini tag, I guess it's called. Is it 1 inch? Yeah, 1 inch. It looked like it was possibly smaller, but yeah, 1 inch tag. And then I know I did this last time, but I think they're kind of quite sweet to then tie some string around the lid. Looks quite cute, doesn't it? And then what I'll do is just punch a hole in that tag. Oh gosh, couldn't see that at all. Right, okay. It's very, very dark here because obviously it's, well, I think it is even raining now, but. So pop this through here and just cut the end off. Come on. Oops. Okay. Oh. And then just, oops, tie that tie that in a bow, hopefully. I mean, it doesn't have to be a bow. I guess it could just be knotted again. I thought the bow would look kind of sweet. Like that. And then what you could do is obviously run some glue down here just to glue that string in place on the back. To stop it moving around. So just then like that. Okay. And then just trim my string down. Like that. And now, do we want anything else on here? Maybe a little bit of lace or something at the bottom. So again, actually, I've just got this little piece here. Just a scrap, but perhaps we could just have this kind of just on there. Don't know really whether it really looks very good or not, to be honest. I can't decide. Well, I guess it's quite sweet, isn't it? So I'm just going to hot glue this down because that's nice and quick. Like that. And then shall we have a bit of glue? Shall we have a bit of glue on here? Shall we have a bit of bling on here? Was where I was heading with that. Oh, it's getting towards needing a cup of tea time, can you tell? Starting to, yeah, not remember what I was saying or anything. Could even have the bling up there, I guess. Ah, let's have the bling up there. Okay. And then I'm just wondering, should we have like a flower or something on here? Got some of my roses. These are my sort of bright coloured ones. I'm not sure whether this might be too big. Might be. These come in 2 pages and you get like a page of smaller ones, but I obviously haven't got any of the smaller ones here, so, well, I obviously need to print more, I think, so let's fingers crossed that this will do. Just trim that down like that. Okay. There we go. Oh, I'm going to cut this whole section off. Sorry, I just had to stop that and clear my throat. I've obviously done too much talking now. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? So I'm just going to ink that flower up. I'm just going to stick that on there. And it just, you know, finishes that off beautifully, doesn't it? Again, I'm going to use my hot glue. I've been doing this a lot lately, but not then pressing it fully down, if you see what I mean. So it's got a little bit of a textured, raised kind of appearance. I think that's just really fun. Can you see that, you know, on the camera? It's just, well, not quite stuck down, if you see what I mean. I mean, it's stuck, as in it's not going anywhere, but I've not pressed it really hard, so it's got a bit of a 3D effect, but not using like 3D foam dots or anything that are obviously very 3D. So yeah, that's my little mason jar. Now, again, I don't think I've got a journal actually on the go at the moment. So let me just pull in, I'll just pull this in and pretend this was a journal page. That's how that would look, obviously, on on a journal page. So yeah, I hope that you like them. They are very fun to make. As I say, I mean, it may be that you've done these before, and this might be a revisit for you. But if it's a new thing for you, I hope you have lots of fun. And yeah, just experiment around. If you haven't got the punch board, I'm sure that you can come up with lots of different, you know, wonderful ideas to make these. And, you know, I'm sure you've probably got much better kind of ideas than I've got as to ways that you could do them. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If I don't see you again, I mean, obviously I will be uploading every day between now and Christmas, but if I don't, you know, then I just want, or if you don't tune in, perhaps I should say, I hope you all have a really, really, really fantastic Christmas, and hopefully see you guys maybe Christmas Day, maybe, you know, between Christmas and New Year. So, yep, enjoy yourselves, everyone. Stay safe, and yeah, have a wonderful time. Thanks then. Bye.